Louisiana beer reviews. Best Maid Chamoy drip pickle beer, not drippled. Chamoy drip pickle beer, 6.5% alcohol by volume, made in Texas by Texans. This is from Martin House Brewing Company in collaboration with Best Maid Pickles. And it's a pickle juice beer, and it was sent to me by John in Oregon. Thank you, John. He said he was never going to drink them. He couldn't stand them. And he said, I'll send them to you because they'll waste otherwise. So he wanted to see what I thought about it. Malt beverage with natural flavor. 12-ounce can, a shrink wrap plastic cover type can. You know, these type craft beer cans. So there are a couple of video reviews for it. I think 2, maybe 3. Haven't watched them. I don't watch the reviews before I think it's 2 reviews. I don't watch them before I do the review. Beer Advocate doesn't have enough check-ins to give it a score, and it's getting a 70 out of 100 on Untapped. They have a lot of reviews though, check-ins. Yeah, well, not a lot. 874. That's not a lot for Untapped. There it is, kind of orange, translucent, hazy, thin, crickle crackle off-white head. You won't hear that, don't believe. It's cold and rainy outside. Well, chilly and rainy, so that's why I'm inside. All right. I didn't think they sold Best Maid pickles around here, and they don't sell, to my knowledge, the brand Best Maid, but they sell Del Dixie from Best Maid. Del Dixie is a pickle company they bought in 1962. And I kept thinking this little Margie girl, cross-eyed girl, looked familiar, but I couldn't place it. And then I realized last week, oh, Del Dixie. And I looked on the back of the label, Best Maid. Okay, so we do get their products in a sense. Well, one of their lines. And don't know if they're good. I assume they are. We get the big picnic size and then the glass size jars. Oh, all right, let's go with the aroma here. I guess one day I'll have to try Best Maid Pickles or Del Dixie. Wouldn't buy the big container, but the little ones I would be open to buy that. But I'll keep my eye open, see if somebody sells Best Maid, just for the curiosity of it. So thank you, John. I appreciate it. This is the last of the 4. I like the first 3. I've been doing them once a week because I think more than once a week would be a little too much. Would be too much for me. Chamoy, that's like that candied fruit. They make the Golden Road Chamoy from Los Angeles. And what's that Mexican beer? They have a Chamoy line of the tall cans. It's and those were good. But once again, you know, you wouldn't want to have them too much. That's the I'm saying Merida. It's big in California. It's not even sold in Louisiana, so I can't think of the name. Oh well, it's not important. All right, let's go with the taste. Cheers. Oh yeah, the aroma. It's like candied stuff, fruit, glaze, spice a little bit. 6.5. There's no website listing for this. They just have a website saying we make the pickles, and it said click for more information. But when you click, it takes you to Martin House, and I couldn't find any information on this pickle beer. So, cheers, taste. If you hear that refrigerator, it's not sounding too good. Yeah, it's kind of like sweet and sour sauce type of thing. Sweet and sour sauce type of thing. Not exactly that. But it is tart, it is sour, and there is some sweetness to it. does that noise, and then it'll run fine. But I know one day it's not going to run. I've had that refrigerator over 10 years, so I didn't pay too much for it. Just hope I don't go out of town and it dies. Used to be you could buy a refrigerator that lasts at least 20 years. Now, if you get 10 years, I think you're doing all right. Sad, but true. That's why I try to buy the lower end ones, because I've seen people buying expensive refrigerators, and which I don't need, but then they don't last. All right, enough of that. See, stop. Medium body, 6.5, I think. It's a malt liquor type product, meaning people go on and on about this. What does malt liquor mean? Essentially, it means nothing. It just means a stronger than average beer. They can't use that term in the United States, strong beer. It's kind of frowned on or even restricted or not allowed, so they'll use elusive terms like that. In Canada, they'll just say strong beer. They don't have that rule, so you don't go to Canada and see malt liquor. It's just a terminology developed by breweries in collaboration with the United States to get around the law to not have strong beer. So I've seen a lot of videos where people say, what is a malt liquor? Is this a malt liquor? It doesn't mean anything. Spaten Optimator is sold as a malt liquor. Santa Claus Doppelbock is sold as a malt liquor. So let's get off of that, but it's just a strong beer. All right. But this one is very savory. But I want to drink a whole bunch of pickle juice. No. Would I want to drink any of these again? No. But do I dislike them? No. Are they good? Yes. As a novelty beer, they're good. And I mean, a lot of these things are what you would call novelty beers. Pecan ale, candied pecan ale. I mean, once in a while to drink it, it's fine. Let people try it at a Christmas party. Try this thing. Oh yeah. But to sit there and say, oh, that's gonna be my weekly drink, my standby beer? No. I don't think so. Barrel-aged stouts. Well, first of all, they're so expensive, you wouldn't want to make them your standby beer anyway. Less money was no object, and you didn't mind gaining precipitous amounts of weight. But, yeah, I mean, do I take issue with novelty beers? No, I used to. I used to have some, problem with it. Like, why would you want to make a beer, with flavor? No. I don't think I was wrong to say that, because I just didn't understand. I was more thinking along the Reinheitsgebot law. Beer should be water, barley malt, hops, and yeast, maybe wheat. That was just what I had to work with. And then as I went through more and more video reviews, I started thinking, well, it's not hurting anything. Because if you don't like it, just don't buy it. So I started to become more, obviously, much more open-minded about it, and I do these pretty regularly now. Or whatever, macro, middle crow, micro, it doesn't matter. They're usually pretty good. When they start using an artificial sweetener, though, like sucralose and Splenda, or what, I don't know, the saccharin, I don't know what all those, they all use those trade names, but it's pretty nasty. You could tolerate high fructose corn syrup, which is a type of sugar, or corn syrup. That's tolerable. Now the kid's screaming next door. He doesn't want to go to daycare. Okay, or it was grandparents. That's tolerable, but it's kind of drying and sticky. So pure cane sugar is the best. The best, in my opinion. But this, to my knowledge, doesn't have sugar in it. But it could. Well, I guess the Chamoy Blaze could... I guess the Chamoy glaze could be sugar. Hadn't thought about that. Okay, negatives with this. I can't get it in Louisiana. Might show up tomorrow, though. I've said that so many times. Oh, we can't get it. Next day is at Mathern's, And I've had people tell me, you can't get these beers. Let me send them to you. I say, can't get them right now. But they insist on sending it. Then I review it, and a week later I found, that literally happened one time. I told the guy, can I get the beer, but it could change tomorrow. Oh no, you'll never get it. I said, oh, I wouldn't say that. And he sent the beer, and then I saw it. I'm just telling y'all, we get stuff from Washington, D.C. that people in Virginia never saw. We get stuff from Indiana that people in Indiana have never seen. I don't understand the distribution. Most people that review beer, they'll say the same thing. They do not understand beer distribution. It seems to have no rhyme or reason, no pattern to it. Oh yeah, it's really good. I'll say the focus here is on the tart, like a dill pickle. A dill pickle. That's the focus. But then there's the side flavors of the candied, whatever, vegetable or fruit. And so that adds an interesting aspect. It's a strong beer, 6.5. Don't know what their base is. More than likely, Martin House has their own beers, base a 4.5, a 4.9, a 5, a 6.5, and they're using that base to build the pickle beer thing. More than likely, they would probably pick a base that's generally bland, undeveloped, because with flavored malt beverages, that's what they tend to look for. Odorless, colorless, flavorless beer base. I want the flavor to come from the flavoring. Same thing with liquor. Blended Scotch, they're going to use the grain whiskey as a base, a body. They want it to be bland. They want the flavor to come from those single malts, the rich, whatever they're looking for, right? American blended whiskey. They want that 20% straight whiskey to bring the flavor in, and they're allowed to add flavoring for those. So could be flavoring too. But anyway, it's got sediment galore in it. I mean, you can see all the junk below. I mean, well, what do you expect? It's pickle juice. And that's part of the game on this. One of them has some like solid white stuff, like wax in it. I didn't know what that was, but I didn't drink it or eat it. He sat on these for a while, and they're old, but I think the pickling preserved it. Now you see. You see the chunk action. So yeah, it's an A. There's no argument there, I don't think. Assuming you could tolerate the concept of pickle juice in beer. Now that could, for most people, that would just be, they would put the stop sign down right there. You know, a train guardrail will come down right there and say, nope, no thank you, not gonna die. But I try to be adventurous and as much as I can. Some beers I'm like, no, I won't. But this one I did, and I'm happy. So 94 out of 100, 9.4 out of 10. Thank you for this experience, John. Because honestly, I wouldn't have experienced it. And but then on the other hand, like I said earlier in the video, tomorrow could be the day where it shows up. And I would not be at all shocked, because we're next to Texas, neighboring state. We certainly get a lot of their beers, so you never know what to expect. So anyway, Laissez les Bon Temps Relais, a most excellent flavor malt beverage, 6.5%. You wouldn't have to worry about drinking too many of these, because I doubt you would want to drink more than one. Now, if it's a regular malt liquor that's just not flavored, you could find yourself drinking too many, because they're easygoing, and that could and more than likely would be a problem. So yeah, like I said, an A, and I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Fort Worth, Texas, and take a Martin House brewery tour.